What sort of impact do you think it had on you and your friends at that point in time that were in the gang? Or, you know, some of the things that you were witnessing at that point in time. Do you remember like how it impacted and made you guys feel? So even for that situation you've explained to me there, and obviously you guys have had to do whatever you had to do, then you had to go home that night. What sort of impact did it have on the group as a whole?
I can remember situations when things used to happen to me personally, like experiences where I could have lost my life. I remember I used to go on a mall where after I've chilled all day, I just want to go home. Do you know what I'm saying? If I have been in an experience, them times where someone have whipped out a strap on me and or whatnot, or someone have busted and you know, or anything where I've nearly lost my life, I want to go home and go sleep in it. That was my reaction to things. I want to go home and go sleep. Now, I know for a fact that that wouldn't have made a good impact on me, because it's anxiety in it. Them things will form anxiety, and not only that, fear. But then when someone's feared, but if you're feared, if you get fear inside of you, for me personally, someone puts fear inside of me, it's gonna make me attack. You know what I'm saying? Some people attack out of fear. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna make you want to be an attacker rather than want to receive it. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me personally, it kind of made me a bit more militant in the sense of that, well, I'd rather you than me, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And I believe also it would do the same for everybody else, because like I say, you know, you'd rather, if you're put in that situation, you'd rather somebody else go than yourself go. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was a case of it makes you a bit more of a, it make you want to be a bit more of an attacker, you know, a bit more guarded, a bit more, you know, on your guard, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. So yeah, I'd say it made a big impact. It made a big impact, definitely.
Did you have any guys that you were moving with at that time that were like, do you know what, this gang thing isn't for me, I'm just getting off now? Or was it like quite a close circle of friends that were like, nah, well, if that's what these guys are looking to do to us now, we have to come together? Or were people, as I said, just thought, do you know what, I'm getting off, this gang thing isn't for me?
It was more, if this is what happened, you got to defend yourself, innit? You know what I'm saying? You got to defend yourself, but like, if this is going down, it's like, well, we're not asking for this to go down. We're not asking for it to go as deep as this. Do you know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of things going on around the area in the community at the time, and then people were losing their life a lot around them times. I can remember when we was younger growing up, people getting shot, people were getting robbed left, right, and centre. People were getting shot, mistaken identities. Do you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shootings. You know what I'm saying? Young people getting shot and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, it was a case of, well, you got to back yourself in it. You got to back it. If this is what's happening, you got to back it. Yeah, you just got to back your stuff. So it kind of make you get your back against the wall kind of thing, and be in a defensive mode, like, okay, defensive mode, you know what I'm saying? But also then at the same time, if you're bringing drama, I was the kind of person that if you're bringing drama to me, yeah, I'm going to deal with it, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? I weren't one of them people. I'd like to deal with beef, me. Like, if there was any drama, I'd like to go there and deal with it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't like it over my head. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then it kind of makes me have to focus on that thing a bit longer, or too much longer. So I'd rather just get it dealt with, get it over and done with. What I was scrapping, whatever. What is it? What's the drama? What are we doing? Are we scrapping it out? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Let's dead it. Do you know what I'm saying? That was me personally. I'd rather deal with it like that, in that kind of way.
Were you making a lot of money during this period?
Not when I was young. Not when I was young. I was scribbling and scrabbling. I was trying. When I was younger, because we're talking when we was young at this point, yeah. When I was younger, it was just dribbling and drabbling, you know what I'm saying? But I was trying my finger, do my little raise here, there, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Try to do my little hustle. but it weren't nothing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I could survive. I could buy a little. I used to like buy my little whips and stuff like that. So I could buy a little £50 car, £100 car or something. But it weren't nothing like, weren't nothing major. Do you know what I'm saying? We weren't balling or not. It was just scribbling and scrabbling. But then as I got older, things started to get more deeper and bigger, and you start to accumulate more. Do you know what I'm saying? More opportunities come, this, that. Different mindset. You get hungry for more, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? As you get older. So yeah, as it got older, it started to flourish then. And I would say possibly when I moved to Stretford, probably about after a year when we're living in Stretford, that's when my paper flow started coming properly, because that's when it started to roll through.
When the paper flow started coming in and everything, how did your life change at that point? Like, obviously, like you said, you were kind of like scrimping and scraping along previously to that, but then you had all this money. Then, like, how did that change your life?
It made me hungry to when the money started coming in. It made me hungry to make more, but I was still on my nonsense. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it was still I was still heavily on my nonsense. Do you know what I'm saying? Ego, pride. I was still young, but it made me hungry to make more money. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'd make money in other ways, but I had found a way to make most money in the hustle department. Do you know what I'm saying? Rather than just doing this and doing that. But it made me hungry to make more money, to be fair. More money and basically, yeah.
How did other people react to you getting all this money? Like people from your neighbourhood in Russia, were they like coming to you then to get put on certain things, or how did it work in that sense?
Nah, to be fair, yeah, we all used to do our own thing anyway. Everyone used to kind of just do their own thing to make their pay. By this stage, you get other guys doing their thing. You get me doing my thing. We're even necessarily all the time with each other, neither doing our thing with each other. I used to move with different other guys these times, doing my stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? They'd be doing whatever they're doing to make their money. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'd be moving with other guys and making my pay. Do you know what I'm saying? So it weren't even necessarily that they come to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Or anyone would come to me, or I go to them. I make my own links and make my own connects. Do you know what I'm saying? We was kind of my man them that I used to move around was kind of guys that will make our own connections and move with our own connections, but we were together still at the same time, innit? So it's like they were doing their thing, I would do my thing, and then when we do come together, we've all got P in it, so we're nice in it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not one person scrabbling off one man, that man scrabbling off him. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of can come together and just do the thing. You get me?
Were there ever any fallouts at that time with your collective of guys at that point in time in your life? Or, like you said, was it quite a tight-knit group that everyone did their own thing, but we were still as one?
At that point in time, I'd say there weren't really much. I won't say there was fallouts. You know what I'm saying? I won't say there's fallouts. When we come together, I won't say there was fallouts. It's just kind of, everybody just kind of networking in their own way and coming together. Do you know what I'm saying? There weren't really no fallouts. Because obviously you get set guys that would be in prison, and they come out, then you know what I'm saying. There was always a guy ending up in prison now at this point in time, innit? Because people start to go to prison, so you get one man come out, another man go in this. Do you know what I'm saying? So it weren't really like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It was more everyone just doing their own thing as well, doing their own thing. Yeah.
Can you remember the first time that you went to jail?
Yeah. I can remember the first time I went there. When was it now? Was it 2000? 2000 and think about the start of 2000 and it's about the end of 2002. Yeah.
Okay.
End of 2002. I got remanded. Got remanded in custody for a numerous of offences. Yeah, I got remanded in custody. And I was in there for it was probably about not long, it was probably about 2.5 months or something like that.
What was that experience like for you, being your first time in jail?
It was just an experience, to be fair, because I worked in there long. I got my JC, so I got out in it because I'd never been in prison before. So I got my JC and got out and was on bail. But it was an experience, to be fair. It weren't scary, and I was just like, wow, let's see what this thing's about, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? It was kind of just an experience, and obviously I weren't in there long enough neither, innit, to kind of say like, oh, nah, I've had enough and this and that, or this is dead, this. It was just kind of like a experience, to be fair. It weren't something that I can say, yeah, was enjoyable, because obviously you're locked up in a cell and you're limited to this and limited to that. But I weren't in there, at that point in time, I weren't in there long enough to say, oh, nah, forget this, what, nah, you know, I weren't in there long enough for me not to go back. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I weren't in there long enough for me not to go back.
Okay. I know in some of the conversations that we've had, you know, before we sat down today, and you've spoken to me about, you know, life in prison, you know, compared to life out here.
Yeah.
What would you say is kind of like the hardest thing for a lot of guys involved in like the road sort of lifestyle to kind of adapt to once they go inside the prison system, compared to like, you know, having the freedom, having the money, cars, girls and everything, and then when you're incarcerated, you're actually, this is me, I've got to live here.
Yeah,
what would you say?
It's more withdrawal, man. Withdrawal. Yeah, you start withdrawing from even weed, man. If you smoke your weed, and you know, you can get weed and all that in prison, but if you smoke your weed and you know you ain't got it for like, you know, you run short now, you need a spliff or something, and you not got it for like a week or two or whatnot. Listen, you're fiending, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's more withdrawal. Do you know what I'm saying? More withdrawal than anything. And I suppose it depends on the person as well, innit? For me personally, I don't like the life. I don't like the living in there, the standard of living. So I can remember when I first went in a cell, yeah, and I looked about and I thought, what? Nah, I've got to stay in this place, do you know what I'm saying? Because it's grimy, innit? It's grimy, do you know what I'm saying? It's grimy, you got your toilet in your cell and all that. And obviously, I was brought up in a nice home, you know, morals, nice home, clean, do you know what I'm saying? So my standard of living, yeah, wasn't grimy. It wasn't to live in a grimy atmosphere. Where you got some people, yeah, that could live in a grimy atmosphere and feel no way. Mentally, it was all right for them, do you know what I'm saying? But for me personally, more withdrawal. Freedom's the main thing for me, innit? Like the freedom, the withdrawal, and then obviously, it's more, prison's more of a mental thing, because you be in there and you be thinking about what other people are doing out of road. It's like when I always say, it's like when you're a child and your mom says you can't go out now, and you can see your friends playing outside of the window. You're buried, man, you're grounded, you know what I'm saying? And your mind's just constantly thinking, oh, but they're down there playing football or this and that. And that's how it is in prison. Like, your mind will just be thinking about what other people are doing, or if only I'd just done that, I won't be sat here, this, that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's all the mind.
So you had a lot of time to reflect on the times that you have been in prison, would you say?
Yeah.
On your life, what your life was like outside.
Yeah. On my last sentence, I did. On my last sentence, I got, because I done 2 years out of that. Got 4. Got quite a few years ran concurrent, but then I ended up doing 2 years out of the 4. Got my parole in it, but that was long enough for me to reflect in it. Also, it was long enough for me to reflect on what everybody's doing, but then also it was long enough for me to see, like, is this even worth it, and to see, reflect on my lifestyle, what, where am I going, what am I doing, because obviously what you got to understand as well, when you go in prison, yeah, a lot of people, it's out of sight, out of mind. People forget about you. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was more of one of them things that it opened my eyes to many things. Do you know what I'm saying? And then the only person that was really there for me 110% was my mum, innit? So, for me personally, when I got out of prison, when I was due to come out, I was on the mindset of that, wait, check this, if I was to carry on living a certain lifestyle, risk myself getting lifed off, yeah, for someone else, I'll do certain, yeah. That boy, that person ain't even gonna come and look after me. Anyway, that's gonna be my mum going and spending £110 on trainers and this. Do you know what I'm saying? Giving me money and, do you know what I'm saying to you? Nobody's gonna look after you. So my mindset was, what? So listen, dead dad, the only person I want to do life for is my mum. That was my mindset. The only person that I'm willing to do life for is my family, in it, because at the end of the day, no matter what, they're the ones that are gonna ride this thing with me. So it was good for me in a sense because it changed my perspective. Then I turned. That's when I said, you know what, yeah, it's time for me to start making money, in it. This is where I'm gonna start making P. Obviously, do my thing, get out and start making money. Do you know what I'm saying? More than just doing things and not really going nowhere in life. Do you know what I'm saying? Just coming across dough, because of the time that I come across money, but like squandering it, blowing it. I wanted to come across money and make something of it, be able to, make something of it, stack money rather than them times, yeah. But save money, but it would just fast living, in it. It was fast living. Do you know what I'm saying? So easy come, easy go kind of thing, innit? Whereas like if I was to be doing my little hustle bustle or whatnot, it would be, I'd be building up on that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm putting in hard graft for it, right? So you go lick a raise and do a little bit of a raise and come across a lump sum of cash, it means nothing to you. You didn't do nothing to get that apart from put it on someone or do something. So you just squander that quick. You know what I'm saying? But it made my perspective of life just different. And then obviously when I got out of prison, I got with my girlfriend, who's now my wife, and then but she got pregnant pretty quick, which was a blessing in disguise. She got pregnant pretty fast, and then by the time I got out, when I got out, my daughter was born. 9 months after. 9 months after me getting out, my daughter was born. And obviously it was a girl as well, innit? So when I found out that my missus was pregnant when I got out, that gave me a kick up the bum even more, because I thought, you know what, nah, I've got to kind of make something now. I've got to do something. I've got to be able to provide for my daughter, and you know what I'm saying, I've got to be able to give her, be a dad. You know what I'm saying, my understanding of being a dad. So it gave me a kick up the bum to say, you know what, nah, I need to take a back seat from repping nonsense, yeah, and rep making money and rep living, a lifestyle and having things, and because you get out and you see people in cars and all that. I wanted cars, innit? I didn't want to just drive someone else's car. I wanted Evo. I wanted this. I wanted that. Not just drive somebody else's. I wanted chains, my own chains. You know what I'm saying? Not when you get out of the pen, someone gives you a chain and you can wear it for 2 months. Yeah, and then they want the chain back. You know what I'm saying, bro? Nah, mate. I wanted my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, it gave me a kick up the bum to move forward and start to make myself focus on money more than all the nonsense.
So like you said, you in prison for that period of time, had a lot of time to reflect. You realise that mum was like the main kind of like support network that you had at that time, and then like you said, your missus, then your daughter was born. How hard was it then for you to kind of like almost like rehabilitate yourself, you know, to come back out and think, right, I need to make money now. I've got to provide for my daughter. How hard was that for you to kind of like the whole repping things come to an end? I need to make money.
Well, to be fair, yeah, to be fair, it weren't that hard for me, you know, really, because when I was inside of prison anyway, I was, believe it or not, I was doing little bits and bobs to survive anyway myself, without even my mum having to send me money. You get to that point where it's like, listen, there's ways to make dough in the pen, and it like you can make money to survive. So I had that hustle mentality. Now I had it, I built it, because I used to sell burn and tobacco and all that in there. Then I used to rent out stereos, all sorts of madness. So, you know what I'm saying, my mind had transitioned into this hustle kind of mentality. Do you know what I'm saying? So I kind of learned a lot when it comes to the hustling side of it, because I wasn't really, before I went to the pen, I wasn't a hustler. I'd done it a little bit. I was more of a person that would robber. I was more of a robber. Do you know what I'm saying? I was more someone that would just rob. You know, I wasn't really a person that would finger, and that's what I went to prison for, partly robberies as well. I wasn't a person that would, you know, hustle. That weren't really my thing. But when I got in a pen, I started to do my hustle, you know, because I had to survive in it. You know what I'm saying? So then when I come out, I kind of stayed in that mentality. I kept that mentality going, and then I remember got some money about me, and I just started from that. And I remember I used to just, because obviously I had my missus and that, I used to just stay inside quite a bit, you know, to save money. I remember I used to cook up my own little scrad and all that to save money, rather than be going out and splashing the dough. And I'd be stacking my dough, do you know what I'm saying? I'd be building myself up, yeah.
So, you know, for your friends that were still rapping, doing whatever they were doing,
Yeah.
how did that kind of like manifest itself that now they obviously, you were like, I'm not on that anymore, I'm about making papes, I've got a daughter, I've got a missus, I've got a family to support. How did that kind of like all pan out for you, in a sense that, right, I'm not getting about with you guys anymore? Were you still associated with those guys repping, or how did it work for you?
Yeah, still associated, because no matter what, they're always my boys. Even still now, they're always my people. Love them to the max, and they're my people, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously I've spoken to them and I just told them, look, like, obviously man's having a daughter, innit? Like, having a child and that, and obviously I'm just going to do my thing, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously my people are my people. You're still my people. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm still down for you. I still got love for you. You know, you're my people, innit? But obviously I'm gonna make certain, I gotta look after my daughter and whatnot. And you know what, to be fair with you, yeah, my real ones, the real ones, yeah, that I know had real love for me, they respected that, innit? Yeah. And another thing as well is they could handle themselves anyway, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They could handle themselves anyway. They didn't need me by their side. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And I didn't need them by my side. We was all individuals that could do their own thing. You know, if they went to the pen on their own, they could handle themselves. So you know, it was cool with it anyway, because they were doing their own thing anyway as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So it weren't like, oh, a big thing. They can do their own thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So the cool ones respected it. I know people were saying things probably in the pipeline, in the thingy, but obviously they'd be very careful to make it get to my ears, because if it got to my ears, I'm gonna question them about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna put it on them. I'm gonna say, yo, like, what? You know, because you're gonna hear the nonsense of, oh, my man's turned soft and all that. In my head, it's like, okay, if I turn soft, then let's have it, then, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you think I turn soft, yeah, then let's have it, bro. Let's have a scrap. You know what I'm saying, bro? But, you know, so, you know, it went pretty smooth with my real ones, with the ones that I needed to speak to about. It went blessed within it. Everybody else is a minor, innit? They're associates or whatever. I'm not, what they say is irrelevant to me. Do you know what I'm saying? It's my boys, my proper guys from the get go. They're the ones that what they say means more value to me. I work into, and I was the kind of person that I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway. that's what kind of person I was. I do what I do anyway. It don't matter what anybody says. So yeah, it went blessed. It went blessed, bro. It went cool.
Let's talk about your faith then. At which point then did you, well, not even become a Christian, but at which point were you starting to question certain things in life and you thought, well, actually, could the religion thing be for me? Again, because I know you made a very interesting point that you'd gone to church as a youth, or whatever, you used to hate going, and then it's like, well, hang on a minute, you are where you are now. So tell me about that, how that came about.
Well, do you know what, yeah, funny enough, bro, when I was in jail the last time, I can remember there was a period, yeah, where there was a period time where I went through a bit of a battle in my mind, innit? Yeah, and this is at the start of the sentence, withdrawal time. You know, withdrawing and got nothing left now. Yeah, like got no more weed left. This that. Thinking like, yo, I'm in here for a hot minute now. Do you know what I'm saying? Summertime's kicking in and all that. Yeah, I was in a far prison out the area. None of the man them there. No one there. Do you know what I'm saying? The devil started trying to play games with my head. Or, you know, you're doing a sentence now, say like your family member, and I was very overprotective over my mum and my sisters. Or say your family die while you're in the pen. All this stuff that there will bring anxiety towards you, innit? So I can remember I was battling my mind, bro, and I was battling my mind, and it's the devil, innit? Yeah, it was the devil trying to finger. I can remember, bro, I was battling in my mind. I was physically alright. It's just all in my mind, all these thoughts in my mind, you know what I'm saying? Withdrawing from weed as well, and then having dreams and all this stuff. It was just a battle in the mind. I remember I seen one of my brethren, yeah. I seen one of my brethren, and I was on the induction wing, and a Bible was getting out as well, yeah. And I remember Bible saying, yo, he's gone in a week, and I was like, nah, buried, thinking like, oh, Bible's going out there. Sometimes all this stuff, and I can remember where I speak to my mum, and mum said, oh, everything cool? I said, yeah, everything's cool. Go back to the cell. It was 23-hour bang up in the prison at the time, because it was induction wing. And I can remember one time when all this was going on, I remember I was trying to sleep, and my mind was just bombarded, bro, bombarded with all this nonsense. But I wanted it to stop, innit? I actually wanted it to stop, bro. And I can remember, yeah, I'm thinking, yo, man, I was out. This thing just needs to stop. Trying to sleep it off and everything, you know, bro. It's like my mind was just like, like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and I remember I was reading everything come at the wrong time, because when I went to I got my sentence, I went to prison. But what they've done, yeah, is they stitched me up. They sent me to another prison, yeah, far out, on my birthday.
On your birthday?
On my birthday, bro, yeah. So obviously when you're in the pen, you like to get your cards and your letters and all that, yeah. So they shipped me out on my birthday, bro. Stitched me up, far prison, knowing that they was gonna bring me back down anyway, because I had more charges to face. So all these things were bombarding me, and then next thing you know, I can remember when I was in my mind, and I can remember a voice in my head, yeah, saying, the only way you can stop this now, yeah, the only way you can stop this now is if you take yourself out. When I heard that, I said, what? Are you mad, mate? Are you mad? So I can remember what I'd done. I remember, obviously, I remember around that time, I remember thinking like, nah, you mad. So I remember I got on my knees, yeah. I got on my knees and I said a prayer to God, and I said, you're listening, like, check this. Obviously, praying to you just to, you know, give me strength to ride this thing and get through it. So and then I made a vow with the Lord, yeah. I said, you're listening, obviously I'm not going to get on my knees all the time, but what I can do is I do this. I do that symbol, and that means the prayer. So it pray, and it was put in the prayer. I remember I prayed for my family, covering over my family, protection for my mum, my sisters, everyone in it. Like I covered everybody, yeah. And that prayer, that there meant that prayer what a thing is. So I done that, and then lo and behold, cracked on. I used to do that every single day, bro, every day, every night. And when I done it, yeah, I was at peace. I was cool, calm. I didn't have to worry about nothing. So in there, I was kind of building a relationship with the Lord, but I still wasn't changed, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I still wasn't changed. I was just, that was like my safety net in it. Do you know what I'm saying? For me to be able to say, yeah, cool. Like, so then when I got out of the pen, I was still, for 2 years, when I was in the prison, I was doing that. Even when I got out on road, I was still doing it. I used to do that before I'd even go do something naughty, bro. Yeah. So that was my way of communicating with the Lord. Do you know what I'm saying? And I do it, but that was just that to me, bro. Yeah. Now with my understanding, that was religious. I was just being religious. Yeah. It was my way of communicating with God. It was a relationship, but it was religious, bro. Because it was religious. It was just a religious thing. Because it's not really changed me as a person. I'm doing it and doing wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? So I hadn't had the proper encounter. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I was doing it anyway. And then got out on road. When I got out on road, cracked on, started doing pure madness. Making money. Got my daughter, had a baby, started making my change, doing my stuff. So then I was living that lifestyle for what? Up until 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. I was hustling, making getting cars, jewelry, going on holidays, clothes, train, anything, watches, this, that. You know, I was living the lifestyle, do you know what I'm saying? Up until 3 years ago. And I can remember I was successful financially. I managed to start some I could provide for my family, I could do what I want, this, that. But I wasn't happy within myself though, bro. Well, I was, yeah, but I hit the end of the road, innit? Where these things stopped working for me now. Like, I weren't getting satisfaction of money, I weren't getting satisfaction of clothes, I weren't getting satisfaction of trainers, I weren't getting satisfaction of having a Rolex watch on my hand, I weren't getting satisfaction of having cars, even going on holiday, it all stopped working, innit? 3 years ago, and that's when that's when I thought, do you know what? Something ain't right here. How come I feel kind of low, a bit lost? I felt lost, bro. And people would have knew it, because obviously people would have looked at me and thought, yeah, nah, this guy's alright, man. He's got his chain on, he's got his clothes, he's got his cars, he's got this. But I felt lost, bro. And in the Bible it says, what is it to gain the whole world? What is it for a man to gain the whole world and to lose his own soul? Now what was happening with me is I was gaining the things of the world, but I'd lost my soul in it. Yeah. So I gained material things and that, but my inner person, the man who I was, I'd lost that. Do you know what I'm saying? So then it was a case of me having to find myself now, innit? But obviously I couldn't do that, but I didn't even know where to start, innit? Because my way of finding myself is smoking weed, getting drunk, going out partying, buying more cars, buying this, buying that, linking girls, whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? That was my way of finding myself in it, because that's the way I've been living all them years in it. So I had to. I recognized it within myself that I didn't feel happy and complete, and then thank the Lord. Was set up a gym, and I was adding people on this page for the gym, and I come across one of my mates in it. From school, Anton Penrose. Come across Anton and I hit him up, and when I've seen him on Facebook, I've seen him praying for like some guy, and when I seen that I thought like, wow, what's this guy doing here? Yeah, but I kind of felt good to see a brother doing that though. Do you know what I'm saying? I had a peace with seeing him doing it, and then I hit him up, and he was good. He was buzzing to chat to me. Hit him up. And then I explained to my man, he said to shout him when I got back. I shouted him after probably about a month or so. And I was chatting to him. I was just telling him how I felt and that. And he kind of said, nah, bro, like, them things have stopped working for you. The same thing kind of happened for him. Do you know what I'm saying? And he invited me to come to the church in it. And obviously where I was at, bro, at that point in time, yeah, I had a lot of, I didn't realise, but I had anxiety, I had anger, bitterness, unforgiveness. didn't trust her. I was paranoid as hell. Because obviously I stopped blazing weed and all this stuff. So I'm not getting my medicine in it. I didn't recognize this guy. And then...
Do you feel all that was like contributed from the road life that you'd been leading before going to prison and everything?
Everything, bro.
This is where it comes to like a head, yeah.
Everything caught up with me. Cause from what the Lord's done with me now, the Lord's shown me like many things. He showed me many things. He showed me where my first bit of anxiety come from. And that come from a young child. That come before I was even involved in any nonsense. That come from when I was a young child, from the death of my uncle. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, so the Lord showed me, you know, the devil's slick, bro. He's out here and he's attacking people from before they can even attack themselves. He's attacking young children because he's done it to me. You know what I'm saying? And then he would start building, he'd build the case and build more in the case, build more in the case, build more in the case. And he sought to destroy it, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord has revealed to me and shown me, when I come to the Most High, he showed me, look, he started to reveal to me because I was asking him, like, reveal to me all the you know, the stuff. You know, he started showing me where things were coming from, where things come from, where I'd gone wrong, where I'd done this, where I'd done that, what I needed to ask for forgiveness of and all that. But yeah, I stepped into the church, and when I stepped in there, I actually went to the church with drugs in my car, bro. I went there with a half ounce of...
So did Anton invite you to his church, or did you go to a next church?
Anton invited me to his church.
You were moving like that into this church because you were still kind of like in halfway house at this point.
Yeah. But
yeah.
before going to Victory Outreach, I went to another church, you know, because I was competing, fighting. Mm-hmm. Before going to Victory Outreach, I went to another church because there was a guy in my gym that I used to train at, American guy called Ken, and he was a Christian. Now this guy was a real Christian, and I love him to the max. He was proper, yeah. And he was inviting me to the church, yeah, to his church. And I used to say to him, nah, I hate church, this, that, what? Like, man, I would never go to church. I don't need church, this, that, yeah. And he used to kind of convict me and say, nah, but bro, trust me, bro, like this and that. And this guy used to be praying for me hard in the gym, yeah. And he used to always convict me. Like, there'd be times when I'd be watching some naughty stuff on my phone, yeah. They'd come over and he'd say, don't do that, bro, it's not good for you. I'd be like, yo, man, all the lads watch this stuff, you know what I'm saying? They'd be laughing in the gym and he wouldn't entertain it. But then my man invited me to his church, and I went there with one kid, one of the wards from Middleton. I went there, and we went there. It wasn't for us though. That place wasn't for us. It was a bit too rigid for us, do you know what I'm saying? And we went there. But obviously when we're going there, I'm still doing my thing, I'm still shutting off, I'm still doing my raising, I'm still going clubbing, I'm still doing this, do you know what I'm saying? So I went there, and it weren't enough to pull me out. And then I come across Anton, and then Anton invited me to his church, which is Victory Outreach, where I go now in Manchester. I went to Victory Outreach, and I went there with a half ounce of sniff in my car, and I was on a charge sheet as well for conspiracy, bang to rights, bro, on a charge sheet for conspiracy. And I went there, bro, and I had the anxiety and depression of, oh man, could be going back to the pen and this and that, you know, all that weight on your head and everything, yeah. Got 2 children, you know what I'm saying, this, that, or missus, or mum's going to the pen, slipped in it. And when I went to the church, Anton invited me. I left the sniff in the car out of respect, and I went in there, turned my shot-in phone off, left that in the car, and I went in there. When I went in there, bro, like straight away, I thought, yo, like this is I could see light at the end of the tunnel, innit? Mm-hmm. They was playing a worship song, and I love my music in it, so when they was playing it, I thought, yeah man, I like this tune, you know what I'm saying? And then I remember Anton led me to the Lord in it, said, have you ever given your life to the Lord? And I said, I thought so, because obviously I believed in it. And then he led me to the Lord, but in all that, I was thinking, how am I going to do this though? Because when I go out, I've got sniffing my car, shut off, I do this, I've done all that, I'm on a charge sheet, this, that. And then from that day onwards, I just started to surrender and just yield to the Most High, and then He started to just make things work out for me. Got me off the charge sheet. You know, things started to work out well. You know, so I had to just trust Him and do it His way. Things worked out, and from since then, I've just been growing, getting stronger, going through some battles. You know what I'm saying? Growing, getting stronger. So praise be to the Lord. You know what I'm saying, brother? He's blessed me, and you know, now I'm married to my wife. We've been together for 14 years in March. Been married a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Got three children. You know, God has restored everything in it. You know what I'm saying? Restored me, restored my mind, restored my relationship. You know, He's still working on me. There's still a work in progress in it, but I'm not where I used to be. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? So yeah, that's it, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing.